Hi there, and welcome to this course on finding the best database to use for your research needs. I'm going to be going over one of the best ways that you can find a database on any research topic, as long as your library actually has access to that database, and why it is such a powerful method. So to start with, we're going to be heading over to the University of North Carolina at Greensboro's library page and taking a look at how they organize their databases. So why don't we go right over there and see how they do this. So this is the library's webpage, and what you want to do when you're here is just click on the link that says databases right under the search bar. And every library is going to do this a little bit differently, but generally you're going to find a link right there. Now this database page gives us a lot of options of things we can do. You can search the databases in a big list form. You can look at some of the top databases that the library recommends. Now, these are all just very large databases, very well-known databases. It's not necessarily that they're the best for your needs. And what we're going to be doing is actually searching through the databases by subject using what are called research guides. So we have to go over just slightly what a research guide actually is. So you can think of a research guide as a kind of web page that has been put together by a subject specialist. And the subject specialist is typically a librarian, although it can sometimes be faculty with the library or with the university, but it's usually a librarian. And a subject specialist can run anywhere between someone who is very passionate and interested in a specific topic and has just done a lot of research on their own to kind of curate lots of information, or it can be all the way on the other end of the spectrum and actually be someone who has a degree in that field, making them an actual academic specialist in that topic. So you usually find someone who's in between those two spaces, that they have some breadth of knowledge. It's not just going to be a collection of links that they've found through Google or by randomly searching for that topic. It's actually going to be someone who is putting together information that they personally recommend and see as the best options for someone in that field. So let's take a look at one of these research guides and see if it looks as good as it sounds like it would look. So what we can do is just go to these research guides that are sorted by subject, and we can see that there's a lot of different subjects that are here. So one of the things that you'll have to do is think about what the subject of your research is. And this is really just a matter of thinking about whatever your research topic is, and then just kind of backing up a little bit at a time and saying, okay, well, my research topic might be something really specific, like 18th century cake recipes, and obviously that's not going to have a link here. That's a very, very specific topic. But you could back it up to think about something like vintage recipes, or maybe even colonial American history. And once you start backing it up more, then you see things like history. That's something you could possibly search in. Maybe even anthropology is something that you would be able to search in there. So you have to start by thinking about what your actual subject is. So we're going to be taking a look at the political science research guide and seeing what actual resources are that these guides offer. So you can see on this guide we have a nice picture of someone who's over here. This is the librarian who has actually curated all of this information. And you can see also that they've broken down this guide into sections. We have a section on finding articles, on finding books, on finding statistics and data, and that'll be really helpful once you start thinking about what it is that you're actually trying to get for your research. You may find that you have plenty of articles, but you really need a book that you want to try and read. Or maybe you have plenty of books, but you really want some specific statistical data. So what you can try and do is go to one of these. Let's say we're trying to find the best articles on political science. And you'll see that this subject specialist has actually created a few lists of the databases that she recommends as the absolute best resources for political science research. And you can just click on any of these and it'll actually take you straight to that database, and you'll be able to start your research there knowing that you are starting from a place that is very highly recommended by a political science librarian. And if you've got any questions at any point, one of the nice things about using a subject specialist page is you can then contact them and you know that they're going to know what you're talking about. They have a clue. It's not just somebody who's either a student librarian or a student worker, but they're a librarian who actually is very knowledgeable in your topic. So this is one of the best ways that you can actually use to do this kind of research when you're trying to find those databases that might be a little trickier to find, but that you still really need the information for. So I hope that this is useful, and I hope that you'll start looking for some really great databases to use for your research from now on. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.